Yo, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Let's start over again, but I was just trying to get comfortable.
3, 2, 1. What's going on, man? Are you gonna wait?
No, we're good.
Cool. So how's it going, bro? How's your week?
It's fucking been... The last week has been good. How about yourself, man?
I can't complain, man.
You've been purging people on Facebook. That's what you've been doing all week.
Man, yeah, I have actually. It was just one day. You know, you have Remembrance Day on the 14th. You had the purge on the 15th on Facebook. Some people just gotta go. If you ain't adding value, you ain't trying to help, you talk negativity, whatever it may be, if you don't make the cut, you out of here.
It's like you're totally not talking even anymore.
They're good, they're good. As long as they can hear me, they don't have to have the mic in my face, you know? As long as they can hear us.
No,
John wants me to be up in this mic, yo. It's all good, it's all good.
No, you're good. It'd just be like...
Yeah, as long as they can pick it up, I don't need it in my face, you know?
So
John's trying to suck his mic, you see that?
Yeah, I'm trying to suck up on the mic like it's a big titty.
Like a titty? Alright, yeah.
So today we got the golden diamond. Even though it's not golden, it's our golden diamond.
So this is the actual puzzle, and I want to take it apart and let's not. So
yeah, so this week we're coming to you from a place you're gonna know from now on because we're gonna call this a studio. I don't know what kind of studio or the name we came up with yet, but
I mean, I would like to film in Walmart. Let's just go get some beanbags and set up in Walmart. Just start messing with people.
So this is gonna be the Walmart studio.
Yeah, Walmart.
We're in the Walmart. Actually, the Quickie Mart.
We're in the Quickie Mart. All right.
We're in the Quickie Mart, and we're coming to you from. All right, so it's gonna be from now on.
Hey man, talk to me, not the camera. I'm here with you.
So we're coming to you from the Quickie Mart studio in Springfield,
Missouri.
Springfield. I don't know. We don't even know where that's at. But anyway, so what's going on this weekend news? What do we got going on?
Not much, man. You know, I was helping out with Shop Talk and helping at the Lions Den this weekend.
So you did the same thing that you did the week before.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can associate with Jock, shit, you don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we had good food. Everything Burger came out. They actually made a kind of like a Thanksgiving type of feast. They had collard greens, yams, obviously some chicken and some mac and cheese.
Did they have the wings again?
No, they didn't have any wings, but they had chicken. They had mac and cheese, collard greens, yams. It was good. It was good. And then Jock got a bunch of people. We got in a circle inside the.
You know what's crazy? As I looked up everything burger, and I couldn't even find wings on the menu. Like if you look on the menu, I don't know.
You just gotta go in, man. You just gotta go in.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if that was like a special thing or whatever. But I asked the guy, and he was like, just come on in, and we got wings. So I mean, I'm sure they got. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah, Jason and Latrice, yeah. They're awesome. We gotta go in there and we gotta get their hottest wings and we do a wing challenge.
Yeah, so if they even have hot wings, they gotta have a hot wing challenge. I mean, if they got a hot wing challenge, they gotta have wings at the place, right?
Yeah, well, if they don't have the challenge, we'll make it.
Is it? So where's Jock's challenge at then?
It's at his club.
Oh, it is a club. What's the name of the club?
I can't tell you. I have the address in my phone. I have to look at my phone, but I mean, you can just Google Jock and you can find it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to call you out on that. I was just trying to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Didn't he give you a shout out on? So this is a good question. Do you have any like celebrities that respond to you on like Instagram?
All the time. I mean, from pro fighters to actresses to actors to producers. I mean, I meet a lot of cool people and I have a lot of value.
So what's one famous person that you know that responds to something you say to them or?
Oh man, I talked to you in MMA. I talked to a lot of the people in the UFC. Like from Derek Brunson to Charles Oliveira, to I've talked to Cowboy Cerrone numerous times. Right. So I mean, it's once you know me, you have pretty good access. I was just talking to Scott Holtzman on Facebook the other day.
What's he famous for?
He's in the UFC.
Right. So, no, I was just trying to.
Outside of UFC. I met Chadwick that plays Black Panther. I met him numerous times. I can't think of the girls right now that played one.
Isn't he in another movie too?
He's in a lot of different movies.
A new recent movie that was just coming out.
I'm not sure. I don't really follow his career.
No, but his skill level, the way he makes everything look so real with what he does, with the martial arts that he does, is amazing.
But it's like you just talk to people. We talk to their managers and get access to them.
So yeah, I kind of have the same thing, but I have it's not a weird celebrity. I wouldn't say he's a weird celebrity, but I don't know if he's considered by a lot of people in the video game community a celebrity anymore, but he was considered the video game player of the century for a long time. His name's Billy Mitchell. So I'll respond to stuff that he says, and he'll send back. But
That's
I did
awesome.
something on his story on Instagram, and he sent me back a message.
That's awesome.
And I was like, because I'm really into playing old school 80 video games. But he has this whole controversial situation that's going on right now. The Billy Mitchell, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to this probably don't know about it. But back in the day, he was the first person to have a perfect score on Pac-Man.
Oh, that's
right?
awesome.
That means beat the full game completely through. But evidence since then has came up that shows that he cheated getting some of his scores on playing Donkey Kong, right? Because not cheated, but so have you ever heard of MAME?
No, I haven't.
Like MAME is a machine arcade emulating, like you know how they have emulators for PlayStation. This is one for MAME is one specifically for arcade games, right? So they're saying that he grabbed a MAME arcade machine, not an arcade, but the program on his computer, and he broke the record by screenshotting it or videotaping it or whatever. And the way that they prove is like there's supposedly like some kind of discrepancy between the two games, right? But anyways, the reason why I say that it's controversial is because I see him as a cheater, but I try to not invoke that into his person, into my conversation with him. Does that make sense?
Right.
When I talk to this guy, I'm not like, hey, you're a cheater. I think you're a cheater, even though that's how I feel that he might have cheated playing the video. So what I was saying is like, do you see that in any of the people that you like? You might not dislike, but you're still cordial with them, or you try to get as much information. Is there people like that in general in life? Like, do you have people like that?
I mean, there's people I deal with that I don't like. I mean, I wouldn't give you an example, and I'm not going to talk negative about someone. But I did.
I wouldn't expect
a couple of months ago, I had lunch with a lady named Essie Sellender and Rick Steiner out of the Steiner. Sorry, guys. Rick Steiner out of WWE.
Oh, one of the wrestlers.
Yeah,
Rick
him and his brother.
His brother Scott Steiner.
Yeah, so I had lunch with him and Essie. He's in real estate here.
He's in Michigan. He's a Michigan All-American wrestler.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Both the brothers are. They're amazing.
That's awesome.
Amateur wrestlers.
Well, he's in real estate, and Essie's a real estate agent, and they work together, and she invited me to lunch with them. That was cool.
Yeah, I would have to probably fanboy out on that situation.
See, I don't get that whole fanboy stuff, man. I've met so many different pro fighters and
I
actors.
I think it's
I mean, I got to meet Jordan Belfort, who they made Wolf on Wall Street about. I mean,
I think it's more the 10-year-old child in me. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the adult in me, because I really don't care about meeting too many people. But somebody like that, I grew up kind of watching.
I'll probably fanboy if I saw Jessica Alba. I'm sorry.
No, I feel. Well, the reason why I was saying that is because a lot of times in life, people, especially nowadays, they dislike people because of differences that they have. Right. Everybody has a difference of opinion, but you can't like the person that you choose to. You choose to live your life around people only you like, but you're mean, or you dislike the people that you constantly. You're mean to the people that constantly you disagree with, but yet those people could be the biggest influences in your life if you listen to other points of view. So you just don't have to follow like for instance, I think the guy's a cheater, but yet he runs a business super successfully and he's made a name out of himself just playing video games. Back in the 80s when video games was nothing, you know what I mean? Like today, it's easy because you got. Who's that? You know who I'm talking about? That super celebrity video game player. He's got like a one name, like Ninja. Ninja. Yeah, like he's made millions. I guess I'm assuming off playing video games, but playing Fortnite. And then people like Laserbeam. I don't know if you heard of Laserbeam.
I haven't.
He's like a YouTube celebrity. He's got like millions and millions and millions and dollars.
Man, there's so many people now on Twitch and YouTube and stuff that are gaming that have thousands of subscribers and stuff.
Right.
I mean, then you got people like Logan Paul and KSI. Boxing, and they got millions of people, so when they go fight, even though they're not professional athletes, they get the fan base that a professional athlete should.
When I first heard about a lot of that, I was being fighters, being in the martial arts business for a long time. I never viewed it as a good thing. I kind of looked at them like, but the people that are viewing it now, you're getting thousands of new views, and the way celebrity works nowadays. And I add you, I didn't think that they would put in the work, but after watching just small clips of it, I mean, they're in fucking mad physical shape, both of them.
Yeah, they train months at a time.
Great physical fucking shape. So just the fact that they went and put time in and work in, that in itself says that they deserve. They might not deserve that high of a spotlight in.
They got $900K a piece.
No. I'm just saying, like they might not, in a boxing sense, they might not have that talent. They might have the talent, but they might not have put in the true work going up the typical system. But they brought in so many, like, other than a Floyd Mayweather fight and the Deontay Wilder and what's that Scott? I'm not Scottish. I don't know what he is. The Gypsy King.
Oh yeah. Dang, now I can't even think of his name. He's training with Dylan Till.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. He's training with Dylan Till, and he's thinking about training with Conor McGregor.
Doing a little bit of martial arts. Yeah.
I don't know. Then you got the Andy Cruz, Anthony Joshua fight coming soon.
Yeah, the sequel.
So, and then if you move into football, Colin Kaepernick came to Atlanta to try out. That may or may not work out for him. I wish him the best.
I think everybody that has a point to play any kind of professional sport, you got the talent to do it. I think he should do it. I just think he's using too much. I mean, think about it. If you wanted to do something, you don't need to. Either he's doing one or two things. He's either using the public to document everything that's happening, so he can't look back and say, "Hey, I'm getting screwed over, and this is the evidence," or he's using it as a publicity stunt to get somewhere else.
Well, either way, he's just trying to make money, just like the rest of us.
Right.
I mean, I don't knock hustle.
I don't know if he's.
I don't have to agree with everything he does, or I agree with everything he does. I mean, if he can play football,
I think he's
play
trying
football.
to put more of a movement on than he's actually trying. You know what I
mean?
mean?
If that's his thing, let him go for it. Make his money. It's gonna piss off people, and it's gonna bring new fans.
Right.
I mean, as long as he's in the entertainment business. Yes, he's a professional football player, but he's in the entertainment business.
I guess my full take on it would be his whole persona. The fact that he's standing down, right? You're kneeling to the American flag because you're saying it's a product of injustice, and maybe the whole as a country has imperfect parts. There's a lot of imperfect parts. But the flag in itself is the Union flag. The flag of the Union flag is the flag that defeated the Confederate Army. I mean, everything might not have been pure and honest within it, but that in itself, that flag represents freedom for everybody. So for you to say that the flag in itself means something negative when the flag in itself is a vision of freedom for everybody, and that's. And to disgrace that, but that's the part that I have with the district. I mean, if you don't like the American flag, you don't like it, just go off and be quiet about it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to be a big. It doesn't need to be a big issue to have separatism between the people, because you're creating a new divide between people when you don't want to do something.
See, I think what he did it in his own right, and it worked for him.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying it will work for me or work for you or work for somebody else. So I don't knock it. I just do it. Me personally, I won't kneel for the flag. That's just my personal belief. But I'm not going to knock him for doing it. He did it for his reasons, and he has thousands of supporters for it, so,
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying the idea behind what he's saying is against oppression and all these things, but the flag that he's saying is oppressed is actually the flag that's about freedom. Does that make sense?
I just look at it this, we have kind of privilege in America. I mean, we all have privilege if we're American, but, I mean, we have certain things that we can get away with that some people can't, and I understand that. But it's how we hold each other. I mean, it worked for him. Like I said, if I were to do it in MMA, it probably wouldn't work for me. So, I mean, I wish him success. If he gets back in football, he does. If not, he's still getting paid millions of dollars from Nike, who we all know oppresses people in China. So,
oppresses people. Yeah, I saw a meme or whatever it was where Nike is paying him millions of dollars to pay females in China 10 to 15 cents to make.
I think they gave a little bit more than that, but
dollars. I'm not 100% sure on the actual pay wages in China, but that's the meme that I read that I was.
Well, there's they have protests in Hong Kong for different reasons out there. They're waving the American flag, so you never know. I mean, there's civil wars going on all over the place. There's stuff going out in South America.
But think about the stock market hitting another the Dow Jones and another
high. It's gonna keep doing that for about another year, I believe. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have my Series 7 in stock. I just think we'll break a couple more records in the next coming year.
But what about that and the Democrats not giving Trump any?
Look, man, they're gonna battle.
No, I understand, but like think about it as I know that you're kind of open on your politics. You're not like one-sided way or the other. But like if you view the Democratic Party, right, and they're constantly, even when he does something good, right, like so say he like goes and saves a child, they're gonna find a negative reason to say he saved
that's their
job. Child, No, even if it is their job, but don't you think that as a Democrat, if you're a Democrat and you're like swayed to be a Democrat, and you see like, okay, well, that was a good thing that he did, or he's doing good things, but yet you're still knocking him and you're not giving him any kind of credit. It kind of discredits everything else you do. Does that make sense? Like, so
I see what you're saying, but when it comes to politics, okay, you're playing back and forth. Okay, you're playing for seats. You're playing for who gets the seats at the table.
Right.
Okay, you got 50 states you're competing in. you don't. Yeah, you're gonna have friends. Republicans play golf with Democrats and vice versa. They eat together. They break bread together. Okay.
Right.
They use each other to do certain things for their agenda.
Right.
But the thing is, an American, I don't focus who's in office. If they're Democrat or Republican, to a degree, I do. But it's just like this. I pray to God as if He got my back, but I put in the work ethic as I have my own.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I do the same thing with Democrat. I hope, somebody has the similar ideas and viewpoints as me. But if a Democrat gets elected and doesn't, I hope they succeed in the things I believe in, because I don't want anybody to fail, because that's our government failing.
Yeah, nobody should want the president to ever fail.
Right. I don't.
No matter who it is.
Or the Speaker of the House or whatever. But we also got to hire to the standard. I think in America, as people, we don't hold our government to the standard we should on Republican and Democratic side. We give them too much power. We give them too much funding. We're $22 trillion in debt.
That also goes with being able to walk away. It's hard. The whole concept, to think about the concept of being able to walk away from the government, or to say we're going to overthrow the government, is an impossible theory, because say everybody wanted to throw over Donald Trump, but he's the leader of command. Like, he's got the most powerful army in the world. You have a little militia in Texas. Like, how far are you going to get? Like,
but that's the wrong type of thinking. So it's like, when you're trying to accomplish something, it's just like a business. Are you going to say, oh, it's impossible, or are you going to make every little small thing possible?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, the battle is lost before you can even start the war. Do you understand what I'm saying? For you to say we're going to... So the government... I'm agreeing with what you're saying. So the government has so much power, we no longer can say we have a divide. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, if you're a Republican, you have to stand on the Republican side. If you're a Democrat,
just put it this
you
way.
have to stand on the Democratic side.
You fight it at a state level, okay? If you want to fight federal, you fight at state first.
Right.
Protesters that are standing in front of a car.
That's proven with the marijuana case, right?
Yeah. So you have protesters that stand in front of cars that block off roads. You really want to protest? Go get some super glue and put a brick on down 75. You will shut down that road.
Right.
Standing in front of it is not doing... See, it's how you fight. So if you really want to stop, I promise you. Now people are going to go to jail and stuff like that for destruction of property.
Anybody do that.
Yeah, don't do it because I'm saying. But if you really want to make a change and you want to stop people to make a protest and show your sign, do it right. I mean, you don't need... I mean, guns can help you, but you don't want to cause a war. I mean, but if you want to get something, go in front of the state building and freaking super glue a bunch of stuff to it and make it where they can't get in that building.
Right. Change the
because you're not going to get tear gas. They're going to have to get... Yeah, you got to change the tactics.
Yeah, change the process. It's like they constantly make new laws to stop thieves, but all that does is increase the level of intelligence for the thief. It doesn't really stop the thief.
Right.
You create a new algorithm for face unlocking in an iPhone. All that does is give a thief, or not necessarily a thief, a hacker, more of a challenge. It's like, oh, hey, you gave me a new challenge, and they're going to unlock the phone instead of 8 minutes.
I just think as an American, we all have different ideologies and what we want. See, I'm a business guy. I want to earn my own keep. I want to do all this and that. And then somebody that works as an employee, he might just want to do what's enough to live a comfortable lifestyle. He might not want to go the extra mile. Or he might want to help other people. He might just want to stay in his bubble, or she might just want to stay in their bubble and do their thing. So people have different agendas. People have different goals. And in America, a lot of us unite under certain things, like sports is one of them. Food is another one of them. I mean, there's different things, and we come together, and that's what we make our culture. And then every once in a while, every 4 years, election time, we have a culture clash.
We all come together for the oppressed.
Well, we try. I mean,
no. I mean, as a front, even though it's not a full. But if somebody's oppressed, like for instance, if in a small town, right, a small town has a business, right, has a business. A gay couple goes in there to eat dinner. The people that work the place don't serve these people food, and they treat them like shit. That gets in the news. No matter how much that small community doesn't accept the sexual orientation, that business is going to go out of business, because nobody's going to want to be a part of something where people are treated horribly. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I would hope the business takes effect or apologizes.
The reason why I use that example is I was in Helen this week, and I was listening to a story about one of the business owners that had that exact story happen to him, and I looked at Helen as like a place like, okay, it's just a normal small town. It's not like, hey, this or that. You have all this different culture. It's a very one cultured kind of town, but yet this gay couple comes in, and no matter how much the people around liked or disliked their sexual orientation, they would not support anybody being treated that way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so business as a whole went out of business. I think that would happen in general.
I look at like this. I have no problem with somebody being gay. Okay? Now, if you put your hands on me, we have a problem. Just like if anybody. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you want to, have a boyfriend, or if a girl wants to have a girlfriend, and I'm all for it, you be happy.
Right.
I'm not going to put my sexual orientation on you. I'm not expecting on that. And that's how I look at it. I look at it this way, like, nothing I do is going to change that person's mind. Yeah. No matter how much I love women, unless it's a female that's a lesbian, is going to love women. Right. There's nothing I can't convince you. And so it's not my job. Right. At the end of the day, my job is to treat you like a human being, show you respect, and if I can help you become a better person, help you become a better person. If not, we don't need to be around each other anyways because we have no mutual respect.
I mean, there's a lot to with procreation and pleasure, right? Because
but it's like...
No. For instance, procreation, like two men can't procreate.
Right.
But yet they can have pleasure together. So I think that a lot of people use their standards on having a relationship based on pleasure before they with procreation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some people might not want kids.
So no, that's what I'm saying. They use it on pleasure because at the end of the day, those are your two end points. You know,
right.
Like when you take everything out of the equation, right? And you say the difference between a man and a woman being together, and a man, or a woman and a woman. Those are the only two real true differences. I mean, the two people can love each other,
right?
No matter what, they're fucking frog and an ant or whatever. You know,
right.
That can happen because you're gonna fall in love with a person, no matter what they are.
You know why I appreciate gay people? They leave more women on the menu for me. That's a joke, by the way. That's just a joke. Right. I got a girlfriend.
There's also plenty of girls that take other girls away.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Right. No, it's really like I do the same thing with celebrities. Like if, for instance, when Kobe Bryant's playing basketball, what he does off the basketball court at the time, or even still to this day, I don't even follow him at all because he doesn't play basketball. I enjoyed what he did as a basketball player, but there was a situation, a time in his life when he was under an investigation for raping a white girl in Colorado, right?
And he got acquitted, I'm guessing?
Yeah, he got acquitted, obviously, but... I'm assuming that he got acquitted. I don't remember the whole thing. I think he might even settle out of court. I'm not sure. I don't even think it made it to court.
I'm not sure. Never even heard of it.
Right. But the whole situation, people were like, hey, why are you going to do this? And I'm like, hold on. First of all, it's Kobe Bryant. Like, I really don't think he needs to be going out. Like, I'm sure he could have went out any time that night, and somebody told him no. He could have went 5 doors down, and somebody would have said yes. You understand what I'm saying? So that was my concept behind it. And it's even a majority of celebrities. I feel that same way. But I don't think that I should have to judge him for what he does off the basketball court, or I should even. And it's the same with people. Like, if I meet you, I don't care what you do with your girlfriend or any of that business. Right. That's your choice. You know what I mean? Like that, you should be. If not you, but if somebody wants to go do whatever they want with a frog or any other situation, that's their business. I mean, I'm not condoning people doing anything.
He just said he's okay with bestiality.
What I'm saying is that's that's truly your business. Like, I should have no say in what, like. I shouldn't be like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, if we have an interaction in business and me and you are just hanging out, only doing a podcast, and that's all we did, like, I shouldn't be concerned about what you're doing outside the podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Unless you're like actually like doing something that's gonna negatively influence our business, which that's not who you are, and I wouldn't be in business with somebody like that in the first place. You know what I mean? So, I've always felt like. If you want to tell me that somebody wants to tell me that's their business, but at the end of the day, I don't even... It wouldn't register whether I liked you or not. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I can understand that, you know?
Let's go to Would You Rather, because you wanted to start out Would You Rather at the day.
Yeah, go ahead. You can start off.
Short on time today. Would you rather have iPhone or Android?
Oh, man. For business, iPhone. For personal, definitely a Samsung phone.
Yeah.
iPhone, because I do a lot of t-shirts and graphics and stuff, it works perfectly on transferring stuff, sending stuff, but I honestly believe Android's faster.
Right.
And the restrictions on iPhone kind of make me a little upset, but definitely...
Like restrictions on what?
They just have small restrictions. I mean, it's not like you can actually, like... You can download apps that Apple can't.
Right.
Like, you can't have Showbox on your Apple phone unless you do a bunch of random stuff. Like, I do not condone downloading Showbox, but if you want a bunch of movies, there you go.
Right. Like, there's like the Tutu app that you can use.
There's a couple of
apps. So you know, I understand you have to. And with iPhone, with Android, you can have third-party apps downloaded from any website, right? You can go to like another website, download your third-party Android
Apple does not let you.
Apple, you have to go get a Tutu app, which is an app where you go inside the Tutu app. And I'm not condoning this in any way. I'm just letting you know that this exists. you go with inside that Tutu app, and they have a whole bunch of unlocked apps, which is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
But you have to download a profile onto your phone, and this profile only lasts like a week. It's not like what happens is Apple goes with inside this app. But then all these people, so if you're an app creator, you can create a profile, right?
Right.
And you go, and within this profile, you're able to make an app. And with that app, is not like an Android where you can just create the app and you don't have to get onto the Apple Store. You have to actually get onto an Apple Store to be able to sell that app. And then you have to find the inner loops to be able to download it.
All right. Well, I got a question. Would you rather be Wolverine or Deadpool?
Oh, it would definitely be Deadpool all day.
Who do you think would win a fight?
Who do I think would win a fight?
They're both hard to kill.
They both regenerate.
As long as they have 1 ounce of blood or whatever it is. I don't know how many ounces. But...
Definitely Deadpool. Just. But who do I think would win a fight? Who do I think would win a fight? You know, I would like to think Deadpool would win, but I honestly don't know. Like,
well, he's good with swords. He's good with guns.
They're both deadly. I mean, they're both good with.
All right.
They're both deadly fighters. I don't think at the end of the day, I think it would be if he's had 10 fights, 5-5.
Hugh Jackman, if you ever come back for Wolverine, we want to see you fight Andrew Reynolds as Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, Andrew Reynolds, same person. I just changed his name. You know, I call him Andrew Jr. when no one's around. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, definitely Ryan Reynolds. I changed his name after Green Lantern. I don't know why. It just always became Andrew Reynolds after Green Lantern.
He's like, I'm gonna rename him my name.
Yeah. Because I'm the real Deadpool. You're just wearing my shirt, you know.
No, you probably. I'm definitely Deadpool on the mat, so I'm never injured. I can come right back.
Yeah. See, I'm the same. See, that's like I get injured, I'm back. I'm just like.
Right.
All right, your question, brother.
My question, for sure. So, back in the 80s, video games were pretty popular. So, were you a Sega or a Nintendo guy? I don't know if you were around.
So I only had a Sega for about a week. So I'm gonna go Nintendo because I had more games. Right. I mean, I had a Nintendo. I had I had the GameCube, and you know, obviously, I had the portable Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, and all that stuff.
Everybody has those.
And then the PSP came, and I got rid of all that crap.
Yeah,
PSP was definitely before its time.
I remember when the first PSP came out. That same day it came out, I went to GameStop, and I was like thinking about buying it. By the time I left, I ended up buying it, but I returned it because mine had a glitch in the screen that was about that big.
Oh wow!
And that was a problem with like every 10 PSPs that came out
Never had a problem with mine.
Had a huge glitch, and they were gonna let me like return it and get another one, but they were all out. So they just I didn't even end up getting another.
Well,
one.
you know you can connect to the internet on those. Like that's how every teenage kid watched porn.
No, I didn't know that. I was married. I was like 27, 28 when that came out.
He was already a grandpa. He was already using his walker to get the mail, you know?
I was already like looking at porn.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was already able to look at porn. I didn't have to be a teenage.
Would you rather be in band or would you rather be in chorus?
Oh, band for sure.
What instrument?
A guitar.
Guitar? Yeah, that's awesome.
If I could.
Well, wouldn't that be orchestra? I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% an actual guitar, like just playing like to be able to play a guitar. I feel like you can learn. You can be in a band, for instance, and you don't have to sing or you don't have to do any of the things, but you can learn how to play the guitar, and you can sit in a room and play guitar for 1 million people. But sitting in a room playing like an oboe or a trumpet, only a saxophone I think would be the only other cool you could.
Okay.
Play. Just my opinion. What about so eBay or Amazon?
Alright, so you have Elon Musk versus Jeff Bezos. When they first came out, or now?
No, just today.
Oh, Amazon. Right. Amazon's bigger. It has better features. I mean, eBay's cool, don't get me wrong. You can get a lot of cool used stuff for cheap. You know, they have the PayPal card and all that good stuff. But Amazon, you got Amazon Prime, Amazon Music. You got Amazon Videos, so you can watch movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. You get the music. Obviously, you get access to thousands of retailers. And you get things at a decent price. And the shipping, their customer service is fantastic. So definitely Amazon. If you could be mentored by, let's say, Warren Buffett or I would say Bill Gates, who would you want to learn from? And what I mean by Bill Gates made most of his money from Microsoft. Warren Buffett made his money from a lot of different areas outside of real estate and a couple other investments.
as a
as overall for 1 month, if you got to get mentored by them.
They're both super great. Bill Gates is obviously one of the richest people in the world. So
Warren Buffett's right behind him.
Not to say Warren Buffett isn't. So what I was saying is, if you take the money away, what knowledge would benefit me more as a person going forward in my life would definitely be the tech. Even though I feel like Bill Gates is starting to turn his tech, I feel like he kind of lagged a little bit with the phones because he forgot. I think he misunderstood the mobile technology, if that makes sense. I think he didn't understand it like the Apple guy did. I can't think of the Apple guy. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had the mobile part of it down to a pat, and I think the mobile part of it's going to be the future of everything. So yeah, if I could be mentored by Bill Gates, because I think if you look at Bill Gates, Warren Buffett has just had a steady, and his base is he's gonna be doing way better now because the money and the markets are doing better. But if you look at Bill Gates has went down, has went up, and he's steadily just stuck with the trying to improve. So he has more of a fighter's mentality. So not to say that Warren Buffett doesn't have. I don't think Warren Buffett's had to have that fighter's mentality. You know what I mean?
He's lost some billion-dollar transactions.
No. I just don't think he's ever going to be in a. For instance, Microsoft can crash tomorrow, and Bill Gates is probably not going to be in any real trouble. You know what I mean?
Oh, he probably has enough liquid cash that he probably has a couple of $1 billion where he'll always live comfortable.
Yeah, he'll always be fine. So, for instance, like if he did like the McAfee, John McAfee, you know who John McAfee is, and you know the whole story about how he went on this whole crazy, supposed like killing, raping, having sex with all these crazy women. Do you not know that story?
I've heard small stuff. I didn't know he killed anybody. I heard
he's supposedly being like art. So there's people that say that he's in this place, and I forget exactly what town it is, but I always thought McAfee was a normal, good person because he even ran for president after all this stuff had happened, right? So he ended up getting his name cleared, but he was in this town. And he was running like a huge like mafia gang, but what he was doing is he had found this drug, and this sounds crazy, and he says this is out of his own mouth. He was taking this drug that would make you want to have sex like for 20 days straight, like, and he was saying like after like 10 days, like all his parts of his body for the men and women were so raw it was just bleeding everywhere, but they couldn't stop, like, and like he was having like hordes of women doing this with, right?
Dang.
And, like, listening to his story, I was like, man, what is wrong with, like, he's an insane, or really really insane. And I didn't know, like, but he went from being a super powerful guy in the tech industry, you know, creating firewalls and all that stuff. And then it all crashed, but he still found a way to maintain and have money overseas. So I think that somebody as powerful as Bill Gates, even though if it all crashed, would still have an opportunity. And that's because he has that fighter mentality.
Right. Your last question. I'll let you finish it off.
So, are you a NBA? This is a would you rather a three NBA, NFL, or MLB?
If I got to play?
Yeah, if you could play one of those three sports, which one would it be?
Probably football because it's more contact. I mean, I like watching. All right, so if I'm playing, I'd rather play football. If I'm watching, I'd rather watch basketball.
Right.
Baseball, I like the strategy behind it, but I feel like it's boring to watch. I'm sorry if you're a big fan of baseball. I live in Atlanta, so the Braves disappoint every year. Sorry, Braves. Love you to death, but you step it up. But, I definitely play football. Hands down. I'd put that helmet on and smash someone.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to take my helmet off like that dude did to the Steelers player.
Suspended indefinitely.
For a year and I think 4 games.
Is that what
for the rest of the season and 4 games. I believe. Don't quote me on this, guys.
I just saw the thing where it said indefinitely.
Yeah, I just saw a little headline.
Definitely for the rest of the season.
I mean, you don't hit people in the head with helmets. I'm not saying the other guy didn't deserve it or not. I mean, it looked like he started some shit.
I think it's one of them Artest.
I think in football, if you just like hockey, if you got to do it, you square up, you douche it out, and go sit in the penalty box for 20 minutes.
No,
you take your helmets off, you throw a few punches.
More sports should have those, because I believe in punishment. If you do something bad, go ahead and get punished for it right then. I don't believe that as an adult you should get spanked, obviously, or lashed or any of that shit. But if I had the choice to get like 10 lashings or spend 10 years in prison, like, I'm gonna take the 10 fucking lashings, because I feel like you're gonna not want them 10 lashings again. You know what I mean? Like, there's to some degree, like, brutal punishment like that is more like if you steal something, like.
What do you think about capital punishment?
Like, what do you mean?
Or castration? Like, if you rape someone, you think you should be castrated, or if you murder someone, you think you should be murdered.
I think that you should definitely pay the consequences to a higher degree. Murder, I think it should be murder is a base on because how are you going to say someone? How do you say and I'm not saying this personally, but how do you say any killing is not a murder or what it is just by the justification of what it is? So if you're a military guy, you can go out and kill whoever you want because you have a license to go to another country and defend your country and kill whoever you want, and you're not going to come back and be charged unless you did something outside of
like a war crime.
Yeah, so you still and then you have somebody in America, like, their justification for you go around just killing a bunch of children and innocent people, and of course I don't feel like you should exist on this world at all. Like, why would we need? How do you benefit anybody by being here on this earth?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, any comments, concerns, if you like us, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. If you give us a thumbs down, tell us how we can improve. We're trying to better this for you. Well, and maybe John, but I mean, it's all good.
Of course.
Yeah, and if you have any topics, please let us talk. We'll talk about anything. I mean, as long as it's respectful to a lot of things, we'll give our opinion on it. We might even bring some people on the show that have different opinions on us, and you can side with them or side with us. We don't really care. We're just trying to have fun and unbrainwash you. So thank you for choosing Unbrainwashing America. I am Mac and Cheese 554.
The Gorilla Clown.
Peace out, guys. Have a good day.
Yeah, that was great. It started out like a conversation.
Yeah, well, that's how it should be. We should be talking to ourselves instead of them.